with the subject. Subject name is Python programming, which will be your first paper of semester 3 SYIT. So I'm just locking that one. Locking it in. Screen is visible to you all. Now, in semester 3 of SYBSCIT, you have a subject called Python programming, which is a very nice subject and advanced programming language prior to your Java and other programming languages. So, altogether you will be having 5 units. So altogether you are having 5 units starting with unit number 1. Basically unit 1 deals with the introduction part and basic parts of Python. Then unit 2 will deal about function and string. 2 chapters are there. In unit 3 we will be having list, tuples and dictionary, files and exception in unit 3 specifically. In unit 4 we have regular expressions, classes and objects, multi-threaded programming and models. And last unit, that will be your fifth unit, it will mainly deals with creating a GUI form with adding widgets. What are your widgets? Widgets is basically Windows gadget. So this is your syllabus. So we'll deeply discuss about the syllabus today only. So starting with first chapter of unit number 1, it mainly deals with what is Python programming, what is the history about Python programming, what are the features of Python programming, how to install a Python, running a Python program, what kind of debugging we can do, what kind of errors we have. There are basically 3 types of errors: syntax errors, runtime errors, semantic errors. Then what do we mean by experimental debugging, formal and natural languages, the difference between brackets, braces and parentheses. So this is your unit number 1 and chapter number 1. Moving towards the second chapter, we'll having variables and expression. So in that particularly we'll be studying about values and types. Then variables, what are the variable names, what are the keywords already known to you. You have learned about keywords in C programming as C++ also. Type conversion, what do you mean by type conversion, what are the operators available, then what do you mean by operands, expression, what kind of expression you can use within a Python programming. Then what kind of interactive mode and script mode. Basically Python provides 2 mode, interactive mode and script mode. Then what is order operation? It is also known as PEMDAS, PEMDAS. P stands for parenthesis, E for exponential, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, S for subtraction. Then moving towards a conditional statement, as you all know what is the conditional statement. If statement is known to you, if else statement is also known to you. Then there is a nested if else statement. Moving towards the looping part, what are the loops? For loop, while loop, nested loop. So basically Python is a prior advanced level or high level programming language of your C++ or Java programming, but it is the simplest part. Mainly Python is used inside industry for automation and robotics and kind of thing. Then we have control statements, terminating loops, skipping specific condition. So unit 1 will be comprises of introduction part of Python, what are variables, expressions, conditional statements, looping, control statements and all. So moving towards the next unit, that will be your functions, function calls, type conversion. What is your function? Basically whatever you declare. Suppose I am writing any function, suppose I want to write any function in C or C++ programming, int add into bracket int a comma int b. So in this function I'll be adding 2 numbers. So this kind of functions you will be studying about in Python programming also. What is the type conversion function? Type conversion is phenomenon in which one type gets converted into another without losing its originality. Done. Then we'll be studying about basic math function, compositions and different things. Then we have adding function, definition, uses, flow of execution, parameters and arguments. What kind of arguments and parameters it takes? Suppose I'm passing basically passing a function int add Into bracket I am passing int a comma int b. So these are my parameter of that function basically. So variable and parameters are local. Then we have stack program, stack diagrams. Stack is the area where your program reference is stored. Then we'll be studying about fruitful function and void function. So basic difference in fruitful functions and void function is void function does not return any value. Fruitful function always returns a value. Then we have why functions are importing from. There is a statement called import from. So we will be importing several libraries or packages from different set of classes. Then return values, incremental development. Then we'll have composition. What is used by Boolean function? Boolean function always return two values, either true or false. Then we have more recursion, leap of faith, checking type. These kind of functions we'll be studying in unit number 2, chapter number 1. So moving towards the next chapter, that will be your strings. What is a string basically? String is a collection of characters, nothing else. A string is a sequence. Then we'll be having traversal with the for loop. What do you mean by traversal? There is a basic difference in between searching and traversing. In searching, we'll look for a particular topic or particular syntax of sentence or string. But for traversal, we have to visit each and every element of that particular data structure or that function. Then we have string slices. Slices is a part or a piece of part that can be used. Then strings are immutable. Immutable means it cannot be changed basically. Searching, looping, counting, string methods are there. The n operator is there. String comparison is there. String operation, different kind of string operation we can perform on string. So basically in unit 2, we'll be studying about functions and strings. Then moving towards the next unit, that will be your list. Value accessing elements, list are immutable. Traversing a list, then how one can delete elements from a list, how one can add an element to a list. Built-in list operators are there. Then we have concatenation. Then we have concatenation operator basically. Then we have repetition, then in operator, built-in functions and methods. Moving towards the next chapter, tuples and dictionaries are there. Basic difference in tuples and dictionary is simple. Tuples are mutable, dictionaries are unmutable. So basically in dictionary, what we are doing is we are taking an index value along with its value. Suppose I am taking one dot Ajay. So one is index and Ajay is your reference or value type. Then accessing values in tuple. Tuple assignment can be done. Tuples are return values, variable length arguments, tuples, basic tuple operations can be done. Concatenation can be done. What do you mean by concatenation? Joining of two strings basically is known as concatenation. So what is a repetition? Repetition can be again repeating that particular string or particular value for several times. Then we have in operator. Then we have iteration, built-in function type. Then we'll be studying about creating dictionary. What is a dictionary basically in layman's language? Dictionary is your having index values and reference value. Suppose I am referring a physical dictionary of Oxford Dictionary basically. So how to search a dictionary particularly, we'll look for that keyword. Suppose I am looking for several. So I search for SE, then moving towards a single alphabet. So that way you can search in a dictionary. In Python, creating dictionary is simple. Accessing values in dictionary with a reference is simple. How can we update dictionary? Then deleting an element from a dictionary is very simple. Then properties, several properties of dictionary we have to study. Keys plays important role in dictionaries basically. Then operation of dictionary, built-in dictionary functions, built-in dictionary methods are there. Then we have files, text files, that file object attributes, directories. What are the files basically? In Python programming or in normal files, basically we have two types of files. One is binary file and text file or character files. So we'll be dealing about types of files we have, several objects and attributes of that files. Then we move towards the exception. It is already known to you in C or C++. Exception are runtime errors that need to be solved before getting your output. So handling exception, how to handle exception using try-catch block. We'll be studying about that. Then we have exception with arguments, and last part about unit number 3 is user defined exception. You can create your own exceptions by using several basic syntax. Then moving towards the unit number 4, we'll be having regular expression. What kind of regular expression? Basically, regular expressions uh, are used to match a particular pattern in a given string or given that function. So basically, in regular expression, we'll match something or we'll look up for some values. Then moving towards the classes and object. What do you mean by classes and object? Class is a prototype of your function. So overview of object oriented programming. So you already studied about class and object in C and C++. Then class definition, how to create a class, creating an object, instances and arguments, instances as return values, built-in classes, attributes, inheritance, method overriding, data encapsulation and data in-adding. Basically, data encapsulation is nothing but wrapping of data into a single unit object. You have already seen several things that is encapsulated. Consider an example of a toffee or a chocolate normally. It is wrapped inside your wrapper. So that internal portion of your toffee is not visible to outside world. So that is known as data encapsulation. So basically, we'll be studying about data encapsulation, then data hiding, then moving towards a multi-threaded programming. So basically, it is one of the features of Python programming. It is multi-threaded programming. So what is thread module? Creating a thread, synchronization of thread. What do you mean by synchronization of thread? Synchronizing means with respect to time we are running something. Then multi-threading priority queues are there. Then we have modules. Different kind of modules can be used within that classes or importing from module. We can import several modules from external outsourcing. Then creating and exploring modules. We have math module, random module, and time module. So basically, in unit 4, we'll be studying about regular expression, which is used for pattern matching or expression matching. Then we have classes and object, which is a very familiar concept. You already studied in SY or FY, C imperative programming in and C++ programming. Then moving towards a multi-threaded programming. What are threads? How it can be synchronized? What kind of models can be used for multi-threaded programming? Then modules. Then we have in unit 5, that will be your last unit. So basically in unit 5, we'll be dealing about UI, user interface, and some GUI programming along with your SQL, MySQL or database related programming. So in that we have several widgets. Widgets set for Windows gadgets. So we'll be studying all this concept in detail in upcoming lectures. Don't worry. So I may be getting a little bit faster. So widgets consist of button. Button is known. Canvas is there. Check button is there. Entry, frame, label, list box. Menu button, menu, message, radio button, scale, scroll bar, text, top level, spin box, pen window, label frame, TK message box, handling standard attributes and properties of widgets. So basically, we can use different kinds of GUI utilities available for Python. But as of now, for your syllabus is concerned, we are using tkinter. I repeat, we are using tkinter. So we will be dealing with this. Then we have layout management. What kind of layout we can be stated along with this GUI forms, application with proper layout management features. Then we have look and feel customization, enhancing look and feel of GUI using different appearance of widgets. And last part of your your Python programming is storing data in our MySQL database. What is a MySQL basically? It is a database language by using which you can create a database application with your GUI application or any programming language. So basically, university has precise lots of books and references. So title is Think Python, author is Alan Downey, O'Reilly publication, then Introduction to Computer Science using Python 3, Jason Mojento, Jennifer Campbell. Then we have Python GUI programming cookbook, Burkhard Meyer. Then we have Introduction to Problem Solving with Python, E. Balguruswamy. Murad's Python programming, object-oriented programming in Python, then exploring Python. So these are the reference book or books insisted by University of Mumbai. So you can refer this book. But for your simplicity, I have created notes of 4 units. So this is your notes. Is it visible? So it comprises 4 units. 158 pages are there total. So basically, 5 units are there, starting with introduction part, moving towards your function parts, strings, list, tuples, and dictionary. Then moving to files and exceptions. Then moving towards regular exceptions, expressions, classes and object, multi-threaded programming. Then modules are there. Then we can move towards creating the UI form and adding widgets. There are different kind of widgets we can use. Different kind of layout management is there. Look and feel customization of GUI features. Then storing data in our MySQL database via GUI. So this kind of things can be done using Python programming. So for your simplicity, Notes is available. Where is it is available already on my site, but site has several problems of server hosting. So it will be restored within 2 or 3 days. So you can visit that. So ready-made Python programming manual is available on my site along with password. Don't worry. So you for practical purpose will be using uh, any version of Python that will be prior to your 3.6 or 3.7. So basically, if you search Python on Google, you will be directed to welcomepython.org. So it is visible screen. So this is a Python forum by which you can download your any software related with Python. So basically, new version of Python is 3.8.5. So I'm currently downloading Python 3.8.5. Let's see whether it is supported or not. So I'm installing that Python setup. So I'm installing this Python. So it will ask for a permission whether you want to allow this app to make changes on devices. So meanwhile, whether it is installing, just have. So it is installing in background. So many students are living in meeting in between. So it is difficult to me for managing this participation. So Python is installing in background. Don't worry. So in new Python version, that is your 3.8.5, it comes with a Bootstrap. What is Bootstrap? Bootstrap is an advanced technology that can be used with many programming languages. Basically, it's supported with Python. So Python is widely used programming language. Basically, Google, NASA, and other many uh, technological giants using Python for its robotic and other purposes, because Python is a simple programming language. It requires lesser amount of coding compared to other programming languages. Suppose I am using Java or other programming. So you can see basically Python provides ideally command line interface is there. So I am currently opening ideally. Is it visible? Raise your hand if this Python shell is visible or not, please. Is it visible? This shell. I'm talking about this shell programming or ideally of Python. Is it visible or not? Type in chat box if it is not visible. Visible? Hello. Audio is not visible. just wait. I'm sharing this. So is it visible now? Hello. Is it visible now? Please type. So I'm just changing this ideal option. Configuring ideal. So increasing font size of this. Now is it clearly visible to you all? Yes. So this Python programming is very simple programming language. Suppose I am writing, just imagine printing a hello in C or C++. How much line of code you have to write? So just I am printing hello. Is it simple? Raise your hand if you found it simple. Suppose I am writing 1 plus 1 here. So it immediately produces 2. So basically Python has two interfaces. One is this ideally, which is known as shell scripting. You can notice this Python 3.8.5. It is written as shell. So you can create a new file. So shell prompt is open. So if you write anything, suppose I am writing print hello or welcome to SYT. So it will be printed. So I am saving this file. Is it visible? So it will be by default installed or saved to Python 38. So I am just typing first Python. So after this, I can run this run module using F5. So welcome to SYT will be printed on screen. So this is your shell scripting. So one more module is there, as you can see. Wait for a second. So shell module is there. Okay. You're able to see a black screen on your screens. This is known as shell scripting. Ideally, shell scripting is there. This is your command line interface, and this is your IDLE. Shell scripting. So basically, we are using advanced version of your Python programming. So anyone has any specific doubt, just raise your hand so I can unmute you, because merely 12 minutes are left. Hello. Raise your hands please if you have any doubt, so I can unmute yours. Hello. So basically, we got an idea about subject. Yes, 6 participants.